America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by pharma.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Did you know only 6% of people are getting enough fiber? That's why Quaker created Fiber February, a month-long movement to show your gut a little more love. It's like dry January, only easier and more delicious. Quaker has over 100 delicious options that are a good source of fiber. So go buy Quaker Oats today and join the Fiber February movement for a healthy gut.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Go pee-pee.
What? How did Tetas end up in there? What is that?
They always do, Dano.
It's because I'm a tastemaker.
David Sampson, that initial, harumphing and stuttering and not making sense was in response to how he felt about Cuba falling. That was his first few sounds on the show. We've got breaking news before we get to Elle Duncan. She was very excited about the breaking news as a Broncos fan. The Miami Dolphins have traded Jaylen Waddle for a first-round pick and anything else?
A third and a fourth. So wow. 30th pick in each single of those rounds. So the first, third, and fourth, all 30th pick.
Yeah, the Dolphins also sent a fourth, so that's essentially a pick swap with Denver in the fourth round. But yeah, the first-round pick for Jaylen Waddle, 30th overall. Jaylen Waddle is a Denver Bronco.
Yeah, so it's they got the worst end of the swap, obviously, in the fourth round, but you're getting a first and a third then, essentially, for Waddle. I don't know, it's more than I would have thought you'd have gotten for him for a team that's rebuilding. And you're getting off of a wide receiver who is a good player, but they pay him like a number one. He's not a number one.
They're not going to ask him to be a number one in Denver. They're going to ask him to be a number two. But let's get some expertise from Elle Duncan here. She's the lead host at Netflix for the first pitch of the Major League Baseball season that's coming live to Netflix on March 25th. Giants host the Yankees at Oracle Park, and the opening night pregame show begins at 7 p.m. We've got an assortment of questions for her, but let's start with what it is. The breaking news is you are a Broncos fan. Who is the cornerback for the Broncos that you hate? It can't be Surtain, so it has to be one their nickel corner. Who's the one that you're always yelling about?
Yeah, Riley Moss.
So how do you feel about this trade? You seemed to be excited when this was happening and we were setting up.
I dig it. You guys tried to pour water all over my parade by saying Jaylen Waddle's always hurt. And everybody on the Broncos is always hurt. I think we proved last year that even without a quarterback, we could have made a Super Bowl. I'm just saying. We could have, if not for a freakish storm. So, we don't even need a quarterback to make the Super Bowl. We can certainly do without a receiver if he gets hurt from time to time. But we need Some depth there, clearly. I'm not exactly sure that he's going to be able to like overtake Courtland Sutton's production, which is wild to say because 2 years ago I was like, Courtland Sutton is a great number 2. Why are we making him a number 1? But alas, I feel good about it. I dig it. They're doing something. I mean, they haven't been doing shit, so at least they're doing something. They're trying.
A couple days ago,
that 30th.
I saw a clip the other day of Jaylen Waddle being asked about who in the entire league he would want to box, and he said Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
And then Patrick Surtain went back at Twitter. Like, it seemed playful, but now I feel like Waddle knew something was happening here. I feel like, why would he say that random name?
The quote from Waddle.
Yeah, because Patrick Surtain was like, I'm going to bust his ass. And I look forward to seeing that competitive edge in practice. I love that. I would put my money on Patrick Surtain. Not hurt nearly as much.
You were saying, Jeremy?
Quote, Pat Surtain, I would beat the shit out of him. I'd beat the dog shit out of him. There are a lot more people, but that's just top of my mind. I'd beat the dog shit out of bro.
Now, they did both go to Alabama, so maybe that was the connection. I don't know.
Something's 170 pounds.
Playful.
It's not a random person that Waddle was talking about, though. It's a defensive player of the year who plays cornerback, and they went to school together. Like, it's not, he's not.
So you think coincidence?
I'm saying he selected a player who is considered the best in the league at his position.
He's punching up.
And so he just chose Surtain because Surtain. Well, anyway, Waddle as a Dolphin.
Next MVP card.
The last value that the Dolphins had for trade value in the complete fumigation of the building is Jaylen Waddle. People did say they were asking for 2 number 1s at the trade deadline. I don't know why you guys are surprised that he goes for a number 30, but they are dismantling the entire thing. The Dolphins are going to have no players that anyone knows at the start of the season.
Is it called a fire sale?
Tutu Atwell would like a word.
Well, no, it's not called a fire sale because a fire sale is when you're trying to shed money. That's not what the Dolphins
That's
are
what
doing.
you do.
No. No.
Well, I got to be honest. Outside of your group and Miami, I think most people forget that the Dolphins are a football team.
That's
so
true.
I'm not sure it matters that people don't know anybody that's on the Dolphins anymore. Let's just be real. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she's right.
It's the truth. When you're talking about the battle of the AFC East, or you're talking about the AFC in general, people just forget, at least the last couple of years, that the Dolphins are a team. And the only time that they've really permeated the conversations is when Tua gets a concussion or they shit the bed again when they have to play in cold.
Can you give me a number to this question? How many friends and family have you had hit you up because they want Netflix for free?
Actually, no, because everybody already has Netflix. I will say I am shocked at the amount of former coworkers who have, done the like, how you doing? How's everything going? Hope it's going well at Netflix. If you ever want to work with, this guy again, I'd love to work with you if there's ever any opportunities at Netflix. I'm getting a lot of that, which is interesting. I'm like, I've worked there for like 8 weeks. I have no hiring ability. And I think that we've already established that like, this is a unique role for me because like, this is like the only role in Netflix that's like this. But yeah, there's been a lot of those text messages.
Are they spacing it out, Elle? Are they spacing out the hello, just checking in on you, and then the asking for something? Because you can't. I tend to like on a Tuesday.
It's a good move.
Check in with somebody. Hey, what's up? Good to hear from you.
It's a good move.
Good to see you. I hope everything's well. And then on a Friday, I'll get around to like what I'm actually in it for.
That's actually very, very smart, Greg.
Thank you.
I actually planted seeds. I need something, but I haven't talked to this person in a while, so I planted that seed today, and then I'm going to hit him with the ask probably Thursday.
Yep.
I think I'm going to give it a couple of days.
Good call.
They wait for me to go. It's great. I really enjoy it, and then they hit me with the like, I'd love to enjoy it too. And it's coming from everywhere, not just people on air, but people in offices. Anyone that I've ever met would like a job at Netflix.
Zaz, you didn't wait 1 second. Forget 2 days. When you asked me for something today, it wasn't like, hey, how you doing? How's your daughter? How you feeling? Nice shirt. You went right to the ass.
Okay, I asked David to help me get Guns N' Roses tickets here in Hollywood, but I did wait 2 days because I've been seeing you since Sunday, and I asked you here on Tuesday.
But you haven't talked to me.
That's not true, but that is strategic. I waited 2 days.
You don't have
it. The Guns N' Roses still performs?
Oh, they're so great still. Yes, they do.
No, wait a minute. I saw them open up a place in Las Vegas before the Sphere, and Axel Rose came out in a wheelchair. I'm not even making that up.
And that was like 5 years ago. I've seen them pretty recently, and look, Axel's pipes are leaking.
They're shot, and it was a wheelchair, but it was dressed as a throne. They made it look like a throne, but it was a wheelchair.
I will give them credit though. For whatever reason, they decided to play for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
and they'll go through every song. I mean, every song you'd want to hear.
It's still a good show.
They have 3.5 hours worth of songs. Like, I like Guns N' Roses, guys, but I can name like 2 or 3 songs. They have 3.5 hours worth of songs.
November Rain is 9 minutes, all right? Like, they got 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so there's like 2. They don't have 3.5 hours, especially not
They
with that voice.
don't.
Give me a pure cut.
10 minutes rolling them out.
Give me 90 minutes of just like the pure fire, and save the voice for the next show.
I will.
Yeah, and in that 90 minutes, I want to hear like 7 covers. Like, let's be real, you guys. Welcome to the Jungle, November Rain,
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Every rose has its thorn.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God.
I love that song.
Yeah, well, that's one. Okay, so 4. So we just came up with like 15 minutes of content. You know, Guns N' Roses is a perfect festival act. Like, a festival act is someone that you just come, they do their 3 or 4 songs, and then they bounce, and then like you just keep rinsing, repeat.
No way!
There's no way they have 3.5 hours of music. No,
everyone here
die
is
on that
nuts.
hill.
They have so many bangers, Guns N' Roses, 3 or 4 songs, and that's poison, David. All right, Elle, you fell for his trap. All right, every rose has its thorn. It's poison.
2 minutes in the box. Peste tremenda come mierda.
That's you, David.
Every Rose Has Its Thorn is not a Guns N' Roses song. What are you doing?
It sounds like
it was.
You're gotta leave.
Listen,
I'm sorry to do
Guns
that
N' Roses, Twisted Sister, and Motley Crue. Put them on a festival. Let me get their 4 or 5 songs off, and then like keep it moving. 3.5 hours is absurd. And if it's in Hollywood, I'm sure you're paying like $500 a ticket. It's a con job.
Well, that's why I asked David for help. Yes,
I saw Dee Snider one time at Universal. Still has the hair.
Jeremy, look up for me, please. I believe I know where rock and roll died, and it was in a New York hotel lobby when Axl Rose got into a fight with Tommy Hilfiger. So just look up for me the details on that story, because
that can't be real.
I'm pretty sure I have that exactly right, because I felt rock and roll die that day, and I remember it being reported in a way that was just sad. You can't be the lead singer of the big band in the world and get into a fight in a hotel lobby.
May 20th, 2006, Dan. Tommy Hilfiger and Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose fought at the Plum nightclub in New York. The altercation stemmed from a dispute over a VIP table and a moved drink, resulting in Hilfiger allegedly punching Rose.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it reminded me of like when that hairdresser knocked out Suge Knight in Los Angeles in like in a barber shop, and it just ruined the entire image for me. Put up a picture of Tommy Hilfiger so people can see what knocked out the front man of
Been
Guns N'
described
Roses.
as a flurry of punches or a 1-2 counter of a slap and a punch.
Wow. Elle, you talking about David?
I was actually talking about Tommy Hilfiger. He's a little guy, but good for him. You know, short man syndrome. It's real.
Folks, listen up. Now, Samantha Bennett sounds less like a dog and more like someone who definitely has strong opinions in a neighborhood HOA meeting. But that's my dog's name, and somehow she fully lives up to the name. If you're a pet parent like me, you already know Chewy. And when they say they've got everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, they really do. Chewy has over 100,000 products, food, treats, toys, beds, all the stuff Samantha Bennett somehow knows is for her the second the box shows up. And it gets delivered in 1 or 2 days, which saves me every time I realize we're almost out of food, way later than I should have. And it's not just dogs and cats either, guys. Birds, fish, reptiles, basically every pet situation is covered. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's CHEWPANIONS.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Quick break to tell you about a special Miller time I had with my good buddy Mo Chetta. Mo Chetta texted me the other day. He said, "Hey, what are you doing for the game?" I said, "I'm just on my couch right now, doing nothing, enjoying it." He's like, "Hey, do you want some company?" I said, from you, Mochetta? Absolutely. Mochetta comes over to the house, and I pull out the Miller Lite. Miller Lite made that casual hang a memorable, good Miller time with my good friend Mochetta. Because Miller Lite brought us together. We took that first sip after we toasted our beers, and we knew we made the right call. We watched a game. All of a sudden, we're standing up on our feet, big threes are being drained, and white cans are being clanged. See, times like these, that's exactly why Miller Lite is my go-to. Clean, refreshing, easy to drink, brewed for taste with simple ingredients. The original light beer since 1975, and it still hits different for yours truly and his good friend Mochetta. Cheers to legendary moments made with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
What are you reaching for? If you're a smoker or dipper, you could be reaching for so much more with Zyn nicotine pouches. When you reach for Zyn, you're reaching for 10 satisfying varieties and 2 strengths for a smoke-free and spit-free experience that lets you lean in, for chances to break free from your routine, and a unique nationwide community. Whatever you're reaching for, reach for it with America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Find your Zyn wherever nicotine products are sold near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Dan Le Batard.
There's sunglasses in boxes today, but in my bed in the hospital, ending our lives all the same.
Stugotz.
It's the final nightgown.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Elle, how do you feel about the World Baseball Classic, and why are Hispanic people more flavorful about baseball than any other ethnicity?
Because they were just marinated and seasoned before they were born. I don't know. I love it. It's interesting because, I mean, obviously in these situations, like, you want to root for USA, but some of my favorite players are actually on Team Venezuela, so I'm really torn. I mean, Ronnie is my guy. I'm a Braves fan. But yeah, I think stunts like this, like big events, are really interesting for baseball. They're great for baseball. Like, that's why I kind of, like, I'm super excited to do opening day and sort of the big, like, spectacle type of events. You know this, like, if you are a fan of baseball, but, like, not a fan enough to want to cover 162 games, you get no parts of baseball, right? Like, you either have to commit fully to 12 months of baseball, or you don't get to be a part at all. So I'm excited that, like, with Netflix, I get to tap in on major spectacles, including opening day and the home run derby and the Field of Dreams game. But overall, I think it's going to be a ratings bonanza tonight. People don't have to care about anything so long as they can, like, USA, America. Yeah, and I think you're gonna have Fox is gonna have good ratings.
Let's do that together. Let's do it all together. America!
Yeah! Be careful, Dan.
There's another word there that we skipped.
Somebody else does this dance.
There is. I'm doing Team America. Yeah.
Elle, we did this during the Olympics with U.S. and Canada with the hockey. So you're telling me if Ronald Acuna Jr., he's up to bat and a base hit wins the game tonight, who are you rooting for in that spot?
Well, I mean, let's just be real. Like, the second that this game's over today, they go back to their respective teams. And I need Ronnie to be in a good headspace for, like, 162 games, especially because Jurickson Profar can't stop taking PEDs. So I think it's a win for the Braves if they win, and then it's a win for America if they don't. Like, either way, I feel good.
That is not an answer. That is some fence sitting. And I want to lure you out by telling you that dance isn't fixing anything. I was rooting for the Dominican Republic against the U.S. I said so publicly. Come on, Elle. Come join me on the dangerous side. Are you indeed rooting for Ronald Acuna Jr. and Venezuela against the United States, or are you not? Or will you wait, and this is the way you can get out of it. The way you can get out of it is, I won't know until I feel it, because that's what happened to me. I was surprised that I was rooting for the Dominican Republic, but I was.
Yeah. I will probably feel it out. Like, I honestly feel like I don't. Typically in these situations, if there was like a team that I don't have players that I have an affinity for or care about, I would just be like, yeah, America, like, go Team USA. It's really not because I'm like making some political stance about the state of America. I'm not going for I believe it would be my 5th time making Outkicks Libtard of the Month if this was to go viral. I'm not going for any of those things. I just legitimately, I'm excited about this game because I don't care either way. Like, I have players on both sides. Obviously, if America wins, like, that's great. I really like Aaron Judge, thinks he's a good dude. But if Venezuela wins, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because, like, Ronnie would be happy. And if he's happy, I'm happy.
I think what you say is Ronald goes 3 for 4, and then the U.S. walks it off. Because then you get, hey, it's a walk-off. It is what it is. They lost the coin flip. The U.S. is the home team. Acuna goes back. He's 3 for 4. He had a great run. I think that's what you're rooting for, along with more subscribers to Netflix.
Sure, 100%. That's exactly what I want. In a perfect world, it would all happen. In a perfect world, it would end in a tie, and there would be no losers or winners, just everyone celebrating the game.
Dan, we said the signs were there. A couple of big album anniversaries for this artist, and it is indeed true. The rumors are true. Jay-Z is returning to the stage, a return to live performing. He is announced as the headliner.
Elle just spit out her drink. He
is headlining at the Roots Picnic with the Roots as his backing band on May 30th. One can assume this means the anniversary dates at Brooklyn, those might be true too.
He's also returning to the States.
Yeah.
He hasn't been here recently.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Block's
noticed.
been a little hot for Jay.
So Elle, yes, reportedly in the Epstein files, correct?
Not reportedly. Whoa. Seen it with my eyes.
Elle,
dropping that out there.
We were talking before the last couple of weeks, and this might make you also feel old. Hip-hop is 50, and we were talking about what classifies as oldies. We were talking about Jay-Z and others, and I was offended at the tipping point of Kanye and Jamie Foxx doing Gold Digger. That was viewed as an oldie, and I'm like, that can't be an oldie, but they're saying, nope, that's oldies. So classify it for us. What would you say is the tipping point on this is the hardest song I have to make a judgment on between the past and the present? You're not allowed to do big band. 20 years is about the time that has to go by for oldies. What's an oldie?
No, you guys are getting it wrong. There's a difference between oldies and classics, okay? Classics is anything that's aged out 20 years or so, right? Like classic rock is now Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi. Classic rock before might have been like Steely Dan. I don't know. Oldies very specifically is like the Four Seasons, Motown music.
Beatles.
Like, in my opinion, the Beatles, like, that's oldies. Anything that came out or predates the 70s is just like sort of oldies in general. If there was a doo-wop, if they did a barbershop quartet type of feel, right? Like if they were on Soul Train, then that is, in its heyday, that would be an oldies, but that's different than classics. And like now we've reached the sort of era where like, yes, the people that we grew up loving and listening to, I mean, the amount of people from Atlanta, kids from Atlanta that I mention Outkast to and they don't even know who that is absurd. But you would never classify Outkast as an oldie.
By this by the definitions of this show, Outkast, Big Boy, Andre, they would be oldies.
No, they're classics. Oldies is a genre in and of itself. Oldies is like describing everything that I just said. Classics means, yes, like it's no longer current. It's no longer in the pop culture lexicon currently, but it's not an oldies. Like classic, I think, describes a time frame. Oldies describes a type of music.
You're not allowing hip hop to get old. So Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, oldie?
It's a classic.
That's early 90s.
It's a classic.
They're telling me because I listened to 90s on 9 that I'm listening to an oldies station.
No, because you know what would be actual oldies? The oldies station. The Motown 60s station, the 50s station.
40s on
But we're at
4.
the same point listening to 90s music that they were listening to 60s music. Now in 2026, we're listening to the same thing we're listening to
It wasn't
in the 90s.
called oldies when it was young.
I understand that, but what you guys have to understand is that, and this is coming from someone who like loves music. I love all kinds of music, every kind of genre. If I wasn't doing TV, I would be doing something in music. I love music. But oldies is a genre of music, in my mind. Okay, this is just my opinion. Classics just means they have aged out, right? Like classics means it came out a long time ago, and at the time, yes, it was current and relevant to you when you were young, and maybe isn't anymore, but you would never identify Outkast. Like there is no rap person that can be identified as an oldie.
You know what?
Because that doesn't go in the same group as Frank Sinatra.
I'm going to say
He's an oldie.
Elle, I'm going to say it. You're wrong on this.
I don't understand what's happening here. The 90s were 4 decades ago. That's like listening to the oldies station, hearing a little ditty from the 50s and being like, listen to this classic.
And now
this
it's
isn't
ditty.
old. We are further removed from the formation of the NWO and WCW than the formation of the NWO was from the moon landing. We're old.
And that's fine. I've embraced being old, but I'm telling you right now, you're not going to put Outkast in the same category as Big Girls Don't Cry.
I love
Stop.
that song.
I do too, because I love oldies. No.
Where do you have
They're not
Total
the
Eclipse
same.
of the Heart? That's
Is that by
my
Guns N' Roses?
Classic.
That's your line?
That's a classic. That is on a
That's
classic
where I
There's a slider,
rock
Dan.
station.
Slider in the dirt.
Don't you dare.
Perdomo swung at it.
Total Eclipse of the
I sing Total Eclipse of the Heart at karaoke still. That's a classic rock.
You can't go white guys when she sings it at karaoke.
Total Eclipse
Why?
of the
I'm tired.
Heart?
I'm tired
Yes.
of your buttons.
I do the old school version too, guys. I fucking need you tonight. Let's go. But that's
Love that
classic
song.
rock.
Elle, are you ready?
oldies.
Are you ready for a game of Elle Yeah or Elle Nah? You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Filling out a bracket. Elle Yeah or Elle Nah?
Oh, I no longer have the pressure. I no longer have the 500 emails going. Can you please get your bracket done right now so we can post it all over ESPN.com? But Elle Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it makes games that you don't otherwise care about interesting. So,
I literally
Elle Yeah.
got that email this morning
Congratulations.
for the third time.
Yeah. Peanuts and Cracker Jack. Elle Yeah or Elle Nah?
Elle No. That's an oldies reference. Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Like, have anybody? We should update that to like the current menus that are offered at ballparks now.
Take
You know,
me out
buy
to
me
the
some
ball.
cheese dog helmet caps with ice cream on top. Right?
Buy me a
Like,
$17 ice cream helmet.
There's such great margin in peanuts and Cracker
Oh,
Jack.
they
Of
still do
course we
peanuts.
Sell that.
He only tastes money. He's David Sampson. The Oscars. Elle Yeah or Elle Nah?
Ooh. Oh man. You know, it just depends on the year. I thought it was good the last couple years. This year, it just the bits were so bad in between. But based on the results, I really wanted it from Michael B. Jordan. Elle Yeah.
Throwing a home run ball back. Elle Yeah or Elle Nah?
Yeah, Elle Yeah. I mean, considering the circumstances, yes. If it's the other team, throw it back.
What about if someone near you has it? Are you chanting, "Throw it back, throw it back"?
No.
No, you
Wow.
give
No,
it to a
the peer
kid.
pressure. No, the peer pressure bit is ridiculous.
So you
and
cheer,
stupid.
give
Like,
it
they
to
wanna
a.
keep on
I'll
keeping.
chant that. I won't chant throw it back, but I will chant. If you don't give it to a kid and there's a kid near you, oh yeah, it's bad luck.
I'll boo at you.
100%. I'm with you.
Wearing green on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God. I have already been pinched 4 times by my fucking children for not wearing green. It's like 11:30 a.m. I haven't even had a chance to put on green. But I wanted so bad to remind them and of what St. Patrick's Day is supposed to be about. The real meaning of the season, which is getting blackout drunk during the day and continuing to convince yourself that you can go back to work. Like, that's what St. Patrick's Day is for. This idea that you got to eat green or wear green or get pinched is stupid. I say that, I'm probably going to go change into green after this. And I'm looking at Mike, who is wearing the greenest shirt possible.
That's a yeah?
Are you the only one?
That's a yeah? Is that a yeah? That's a yeah. I'll take it as
That's an Elle No.
yeah.
No
Okay.
to the
An
green.
Elle No. Okay, I got it wrong.
It's too much pressure.
An adult-
But wait, can I raise you one? An Elle No to the people who on the outside look like they're not wearing green, and then we'll say things like, I have on green underwear, so like just trust me on this. I have a green bra on. Like, that's,
My pants
you either
are green.
show it or you don't.
An adult bringing a baseball glove to a game.
This is always so controversial. This goes right along with an adult wearing a jersey to a baseball game, or not to a baseball game, just wearing a jersey. It depends on where you're sitting. If you are sitting in prime foul ball territory, it's literally like a self-defense mechanism. You need to bring a ball glove, period. But if you're in 45 rows up behind home plate, you probably don't need it.
Listeners, you know this about me. I am the only person in the shipping container who actually tries every day when it comes to my style. I genuinely care about clothes. I care about my wardrobe. And I've finally hit the age where I realize something, which is that you don't need more clothes. You just need better ones. A thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. And that's where Quince shines, with their premium fabrics, considered design, everyday essentials that feel effortless season to season. And I'm telling you this because actively, as I speak to you right now, I am currently wearing one of my favorite Quince pieces, which is my Mongolian cashmere hoodie. And I'm talking to you about their lightweight cashmere sweaters, their short sleeve Mongolian cashmere polos, linen shorts, and tees in 100% Pima cotton. These are the pieces that actually make your wardrobe work. Right now, go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
In sports, championships aren't won alone. They're won with the right people around you. That's exactly what Intuit TurboTax brings to taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, match with a dedicated tax expert who handles your taxes from start to finish. The experience is seamless. Start in person, finish online, move between both whenever needed. The dedicated tax expert keeps things updated every step of the way so nothing falls between the cracks. Think of it like having a great head coach with a solid game plan. The plays are called, adjustments are made, and the work gets done while everyone stays focused on what actually matters. And just like game film doesn't wait for business hours, neither do taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, you can get any tax question answered at no extra cost, even on nights and weekends during tax season. This is having someone in your corner running the whole operation and helping put points on the board. Get started at TurboTax.com. Only available with Intuit TurboTax Full Service experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Hello, friends. Hello, listeners. I want to talk to you about Chime because Chime is changing the way people bank, and honestly, it just makes sense. This is fee-free, smarter banking built for regular people like you and me, not old-school banks charging overdraft and monthly fees just for trying to get through the week. This is banking that actually feels like it's on your side, which is very, very important. Chime isn't just another app. They unlock smarter banking with tools like MyPay, giving you access to up to $500 of your paycheck when you need it. And boy, do we sometimes need it. It even lets you get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. I know someone who would benefit from that. No overdraft fees, no minimum balances, no monthly fees. Chime helps your everyday spending work harder with credit-building tools and savings earning up to 3% APY. And there's the new Chime Card. Build credit with your own money and with qualifying direct deposits. Earn 1.5% cash back on eligible purchases. Chime is not just smarter banking. It is the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/Dan. That is chime.com/Dan.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services, a secured Chime Visa credit card, and MyPay line of credit provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. MyPay eligibility requirements apply, and credit limit ranges $20 to $500. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/fees info. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1.00% APY applies. No min balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Dan Le Batard.
Tatas.
Stugotz.
Tatas.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Watch opening night of the 2026 MLB season on Netflix. It starts March 25th. It's the Giants hosting the Yankees. The pregame show begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. You're doing it with Albert Pujols and Anthony Rizzo. Have you worked with them before? Do you know them at all? This isn't going to quite be the chemistry that you have on that you're leaving behind at ESPN, I would imagine, right? You have not worked with these people before.
I have not, but I never worked with those people at ESPN until I did, right? Like, that's my job as the host, is to like try to build as much rapport and chemistry as we can in the time that we have together before we hit air. I look forward to the challenge. I've heard nothing but great things about both of them. Rizzo's never really done TV. Albert has. So, I'm going to try to figure out where they want the proverbial pitch so that they can knock it out of the park.
Just be careful with Pujols because he's trying to be manager now, so he's not going to give tremendous insights that are negative toward many organizations because he's looking to be manager.
Oh, she'll pull it out.
I'm going to try my best. Well, I'm hoping that it's going to be okay that we're doing a whole segment about the ABS system. And I was going to use what happened to his beloved Dominican Republic as an example of why ABS can be incredibly helpful. I hope that's not a sensitive spot.
Did you have an opinion of how that game ended? We've been arguing about it for 2 days. What are your thoughts?
Got to swing, right, Elle? Got to swing.
It's a ball.
It was a ball, but it's too close to
Thank you.
It was not that close.
Game over.
It was not that close. It was not that close.
Losing his mind.
It was 5 inches from the floor. What are we talking about here?
It's like half
batter.
You guys pretend to play this
praise
way.
the discipline.
Don't leave it in the hands of the umpire. Do not leave it in the hands of the umpire.
You have to swing at that. I played baseball my whole life. You got to swing at that.
And strike out?
Never
said
played
when I went into
baseball,
the
and you have to
dugout.
swing at it.
You got it.
Zagacki.
No, it wasn't in the dirt. Don't act like
It might
was
as
in
well
the
have
dirt.
been.
It wasn't
It might as well have been in the
wouldn't
dirt.
necessarily show
It might as well have been in the
It would have made
dirt. He
contact.
didn't swing at it. The reason why it was a ball.
It was a ball, but it was too close to leave it in the hands of the umpire. It was not without doubt.
Somebody
it
that
wasn't.
works
Dan, say something.
knowing if it's a ball or a
No.
strike.
Dan, this is your show. Say something.
This was not the 1997 NLCS with the Marlins embrace. It
Wow,
wasn't
bringing the
that
heat. Elle
obvious.
Duncan bringing the heat.
Show it. Pull it up for her.
moment. Everyone.
It wasn't that obvious.
That's right.
Pull up the montage for Elle.
That's why you're in Netflix.
So happy.
What a joke.
Oh, this is the
I'm
good
still
stuff
mad
here.
about
Elle,
that.
drink it in.
Like where? The strike zone was Dade County.
Oh, they should have swung the bat. We're showing the Eric
That was
Gregg
a strike
montage.
right there. That was a strike.
That was a strike.
He went there.
That's not a strike.
He went there. He
That's
went
not
there.
even
He
close.
went there.
That's not even close.
There's one more strike, and then my
These-
favorite one.
Pro player.
We have a strike here.
Fred
It's a strike. Come
Here
on.
comes the Fred McGriff. Here comes the Fred McGriff. The backdoor curveball that's never closer than 2 feet from the plate.
It's in the
not
third
even
base
close.
dugout. It's
Hello!
Take a seat,
Where
crime dog.
is that?
He didn't even try to frame it. Rest in power.
Take a seat, crime dog. It's what Zaslow just hit him with. Oh, man.
He
Elle,
just laughed,
Good
too.
frame
He
by
just laughed.
CJ.
before you get out of here, Elle, what do you think is going to happen? You are hosting the USA Network's inaugural season of WNBA coverage for 2026. Do you believe with good amount of certainty that there's going to be a season?
Yes. I have my sources too. There will be a season. They will get a deal done. It's just a matter of, at this point, we're just dealing with timelines. I mean, you guys, they still, once they get this done, they still have to release a schedule. They have to do 2 expansion drafts. They have to do, they have a regular draft, which, for all intents and purposes is going to go off without a hitch. But I am concerned with the timeline. So I would not be surprised if they had to push the season by a couple of weeks, but I would put my mortgage on the fact that there will be a season
Chris
this year.
Cody,
It's just a
that
matter
sounds
of when.
like a happens to know to me.
He happens to know? Great
She.
Scott, he happens to know. He happens to know.
She.
Gather everyone. Get the children. He happens to know.
She.
First time this happened.
So wise.
She has sources. She's wise
First
too.
time a woman's known around here.
She's can be wise.
You don't believe women can happen to know?
I love women.
Elle, good seeing you. Always good seeing you.
Wise.
You are so wise. She has sources too. She has sources too. She is well informed. Thank you,
I appreciate
Elle.
you guys. Thank you. I love hanging out with you classic men. You're not oldies, you're just classic.
Hell yeah.
It was a ball. Thanks.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Protect the plate.
I didn't get the job at Netflix. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you, Elle. It is always a pleasure talking to you. It is wonderful to see her getting all of the assignments that she
Did David
wants.
go for the job in Netflix? Did we just find that out?
Whoa.
Well, after speaking the way I did about Cuba, I might need one, so I'll be giving her a call.
Is that why you
How's
took
that gonna
out
go to
Pujols?
arbitration?
It's a little scary.
Pujols isn't going to give you anything.
Can I ask David why you had a strong objection, and I didn't get to the bottom of it, with us referring to the Marlins as a fire sale and not what the Dolphins are doing right now?
I don't like the word fire sale because it's not. What the Dolphins can't win. They haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. They should get rid of every player, and that's it. So what Green Bay is doing in Miami is the smartest thing ever. When you break up a Marlins team that loses 90 games, of course, they suck. Get rid of them and bring in new people.
But that's different from what you guys did. You won the World Series.
We kept the team together and added over the next 2 years.
No,
we
I
just let
understand.
Pudge go to Detroit and get overpaid.
But you had
traded Derek Lee to the Cubs.
But you had good teams.
I love how you keep saying things you did.
And we traded.
And Mike Lowell. And
All we did was
Louis Castillo.
We added other than this, and this.
No, that was after 05. But the point is, what the Dolphins are doing, it's about time. There's been mediocrity here for so long. What's the difference?
Right, but the Dolphins are going to come back with a very similar payroll right now than they had before these trades. The Marlins, when you did it, you had a significantly cheaper payroll.
No, you're thinking of from 05 to 06. And you're thinking of Huizinga from 97 to 98.
For sure, yes.
So that's just the confusion.
Let me. I want to talk about Waddle and the breaking news with the Dolphins, but I also want to address the distinction that David's making on a fire sale that none of the rest of us would make. You kept breaking up teams. You broke up the team after you started the stadium, and this was different than what it is that the Dolphins are doing now, because what Zaz is saying is correct. Their payroll is their payroll, and unfortunately for them, they've got more dead money than any team in the league on people they're going to be paying to not play for them next year.
That means their payroll is down. Their active payroll will be lower
But that's
next
not
year.
by choice, though. They would love to be able to spend the money they're not allowed to spend.
They made a mistake. So you're being penalized, as you should be, when your talent evaluators are wrong. Tua never should have been signed.
But they're not saving any money.
I did enjoy. I was listening to the local hour. I did enjoy the dude who traded Miguel Cabrera asking a bunch of Venezuelans why they're not Marlins fans.
8 out of 10.
Such a made-up stat, dude.
8 out of 10 Venezuelans surveyed. Top 3 answers on the board. Do you know where the kosher stand is? Nope. Question 2. Will you be a Marlins season ticket holder? Nope. Third question. Who's the hitting coach for this team? Nope. It's Miguel Cabrera. He doesn't look like Miguel Cabrera.
You
but it is
traded Miguel Cabrera and you wandered around the stadium, a stadium you built, asking Venezuelan fans, why doesn't it always feel like this? I didn't do a fire sale. ¿Cómo se dice fuego en español?
I didn't say that.
The thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about regarding Jaylen Waddle, when you keep trading players that people know and you have to fumigate the building, how are Dolphin fans supposed to feel about the news that one of the very few things they care about, who they know to be decent, too many drops, doesn't get open enough as a number one, but you know him to be recently the future you were investing in, and now you are starting over in a way that is as overt a rebuild as the Dolphins have ever had in our lifetime.
This one's interesting because, in theory, you should be okay with it, not just because they got back a first and a third, but because the team's going to be terrible, and why pay Jaylen Waddle as a number one wide receiver when he's not, and you're going to be terrible. But the other part of it, which I think is confusing, is we want to make sure we get a proper evaluation on Malik Willis. Right?
100%.
And so I don't know how we're doing that if they don't have any receivers.
And if they've nobody to throw to, then why'd you waste the money on Malik Willis?
That's
having
what I'm
a
saying.
3-year window of like, all right, is this guy good? Because this year not going to find out if he's good or not. Next year you're going to find out if he's good.
Aren't they gonna? You got to assume now with the stockpile of picks, like they're gonna get him a receiver. Right?
I mean, he has Tutu Atwell.
They're not going to get him a top 10 receiver. They're not going to get somebody.
They have the 11th pick.
Look, this is a part of the analysis
What about top 11?
that is required here because what Zaz is saying is correct. Mike loves the Packers receivers, did before Dobbs moved teams. I don't love the Packers receivers, but there's not a dispute on the Packers receivers are better than anything the Dolphins presently have in their receivers room. What I'd be really curious what they told Malik Willis about Waddle and what their plans were with Waddle, because I wonder if it would change his thinking at all. If Geno Smith just went to the Jets because the Jets aren't going to get a quarterback to go over there because nobody's going to want to play with those skill guys.
I mean, they have a much better skill guy than Miami has presently in Wilson. Like, he's a really good receiver.
We have Etienne.
Yeah, if I pulled you aside at our watch party when the Dolphins are ahead of Will Levis on Monday night, and I said, hey, Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jaylen Waddle are all going to be gone in 2 years, would you have believed me? It is crazy. That was the most exciting moment for many adult Miami.
They were
Dolphins
9-2. They were 9-2. They were in first place in the division. I think the Bills weren't the Bills like 3 games back or something ridiculous?
3 back with 5 to
Everybody
play.
was confident. We have a quarterback. We have 2 great wide receivers. We have this explosive offense.
Up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter against Tennessee.
Crazy how quickly everyone's gone now.
Then you squinted and it was like, is that Dan Marino or is that Will Levis? I can't tell.
I'm going to ask the audience this question. The Dolphins' biggest name is?
Achane.
Achane.
Yeah, you do this as a non-fantasy football player. Yeah. Like the fantasy
top 5
value of Achane.
Malik Willis? Don't forget, guys. Paul.
You guys are sitting here telling me that you guys are not surprised that Kenneth Walker gets the same contract as Bradley Chubb because of how disposable all the running backs are. And now you're telling me that an offense that was the number 1 in the league because if it was a passing offense, that their best player is a running back.
Yeah, because in all summer, group chats are going to be mock drafting their fantasy drafts, and Achane's going to be one of the first 5 names mentioned.
Okay, and right before Achane, I saw Mostert have 20 touchdowns before, like taking the carries from Achane right before that because of how interchangeable. It's maddening to me. I understand it, but it's maddening to me that for 25 years the Dolphins are starting over and you don't know any of their players.
Shot clocks, big shots, upsets, aces. TGL playoffs are here. First, Atlanta Drive starts their repeat run against Los Angeles Golf Club. Then, Rory's Boston Common Golf and Tiger's Jupiter Links face off in their playoff debuts. Who will advance? Keep up. It's playoffs. Tune in Tuesday, March 17th at 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. only on ESPN and the ESPN app.